I received this interesting email inviting me to join the Great Illuminati Brotherhood. So it seems a bit of scambaiting is in order. I've seen this scam email template several times before, and it's sort of weird. What is immediately weird about this particular example is that I thought a secret society like the Illuminati would be more secret, or at least an organisation like the Illuminati might be more organised. They don't even seem to know what the BCC field is for in an email, and so the message I received exposed the email addresses of 62 other people they spammed it to. Anyway, it says, "Hello, greeting from the Great Illuminati Brotherhood. This message is to invite you to join us and be a participant in fam, power, wealth and protection. And also $1,500,000 as a welcome gift, a car of your choice, a house of your choice, and a monthly income of $200,000. Answer yes if you're interested. Note, there are no blood or human sacrifices in the Illuminati. You can be any religion you wish for, Christian, Muslim or other." I replied, "I am interested, especially in the house of my choice. I choose your house." I received a prompt response from Great Master Adam Weishaupt, which is a bit surprising since he died nearly 200 years ago. Anyway, Adam's email is really just a pasted script, and it says, "What is required is your full name, country and phone number for easy communication if we have a meeting, to enable you to join an online meeting, and also to know when you are receiving your benefit money from the Great Illuminati Brotherhood." So the Illuminati works via Zoom calls or something, apparently. But yeah, of course, they want the sort of details you should never share with a stranger on the internet. That much we could have predicted, as well as there, of course, being a fee. Only what is needed from you is to register into the Great Illuminati Brotherhood. New member register with $150, finish. And there was a repeat of the promises of money, both now and ongoing, a car and a house, and also a repeat of the thing about how blood and human sacrifices will not be necessary. Again in shouty caps. Nobody asked. The more that someone asserts that blood or human sacrifices won't be needed, the more I tend to suspect that maybe they will. I replied to ask a question, and that question was, "Can I ask a couple of questions?" I love the meta question. Superb way to annoy people. "Okay, what is your question?" replied Adam, perhaps a little curtly. "Several questions, actually," I said. "Firstly, you didn't answer my previous question about choice of house. Please go back and find that one and answer it. Nextly, you've mentioned twice now, emphatically, that there are no blood or human sacrifices in the Illuminati, which logic I fully comprehend. But what about blood and human sacrifices? Or other sacrifices, blood or otherwise, of animals, vegetables or fungi? Finally, the religion I wish for is a completely new one that I'm currently not finished defining. Is that acceptable?" Adam wrote, "After your registration, you will get benefit of a bungalow 4-bedroom house in USA and other benefits. Yes, no human sacrifice. The only sacrifice there is animal sacrifice. The religion you wish does not matter. If you want to join the Great Illuminati Brotherhood, okay." So wait, there are sacrifices. Okay, we'll come back to that. For now, let me just say, the house seems most unsuitable. Adam replied, "You try and register. I swear you will receive all the benefits that is be mentioned. Believe and trust on Great Illuminati Brotherhood." Then apparently actually read my email and quickly followed up with, "If you didn't want the house in the USA, any part of the country you need the house, Great Illuminati Brotherhood would buy you a 4-bedroom bungalow, well furniture, a car of your choice immediately after you have registered as a member." "And some money, right?" I asked. "Yes, try and pay the registration fee and become member of the Great Illuminati Brotherhood and start enjoying the benefits in Brotherhood," replied Adam. I still had unanswered questions flying around my head, so I responded, "Okay. And you said there would be animal sacrifices, but not blood sacrifices, right? How does that work? Do you have to use animals that don't have any blood, like jellyfish and sea anemones and carrots? Or do you just use regular animals and take the blood out first?" Adam was quick to clarify. "Not blood sacrifice. I said it earlier. The animal sacrifice, I mean, is after meeting at times. We do buy ram for celebration, eat together. For some of us that is around the meeting that very day. That is what I mean." "This is quite confusing," I said, "because don't those kinds of animals have blood inside them?" Also, I thought of another question about the house. You said it would be in the USA, but that might be inconvenient. Would I have to travel to the USA to occupy it, or can that be done remotely from here? "Listen," replied the scammer. And from experience, that one word, listen, indicates that their patience is wearing thin. I told you that you will get a house in any part of the country you prefer. If you need it in your country, Great Illuminati Brotherhood will buy a 4-bedroom bungalow for you in your country. If you want it in USA, still good. Any place you want to have your house, it will be there for you. You're making this very complicated, I complained, when in fact it's usually me that's making it complicated. Why would I want a house in part of a country instead of the whole of the country? Are you sure you know what you're doing? Please tell me where did you want to get the house from Great Illuminati Brotherhood? After your registration, waiting to hear from you, replied Scammer Adam. Also send your full information to me for your registration immediately you make the payment. Your full name, country name, address. Well, I'm not doing that, so instead I did this. I complained, wait, are you saying that I have to pay you $1.5 million? I don't have that sort of money. Not on a Saturday. Registration fee is $150, okay? Clarified Adam, and again insisted. But before that, your full name, country and address to enable you be registered into the Great Illuminati Brotherhood. Once you pay the registration fee. I decided, as I often do, to misinterpret this statement of before and once, and replied, that doesn't make sense. The fee can't be both before and after the registration. Or are there two fees? Are you trying to charge me twice? Why are you charging me at all? The scammer, now sounding a bit more frustrated, said, listen, we don't fuse somebody to join this Great Illuminati Brotherhood, you understand? And again, his only registration fee of $150 is what you are to pay, and that is the registration fee, which is only payment you have to pay. This, by the way, the assertion that there's only one fee and it's a relatively small fee, is a really common thing in these sort of email scams. In case you're wondering, there is an FAQ about why scammers ask for relatively small amounts, but the short version is they're lying, and if you paid this fee, they would just invent another. And also, $150 is not so small an amount where some of these scammers live. Can I owe you? I asked. If you are serious and ready for joining us, you pay the registration fee. If you didn't want, you forget it, said the scammer, trying to draw a line. Registration fee is $150, okay? But before that, your full name, country and address to enable. What's the actual benefit of joining, I asked. What I mean is, why should I join? The scammer replied with some text pasted in from the initial scam template. The reason you're joining us to be participant in FAM, power, wealth and protection. And also $1,500,000 as a welcome gift, a car of your choice, a house of your choice, and a monthly income of $200,000. Hope you understand why you're joining the Great Illuminati Brotherhood. What kind of power? I asked. Also, what kind of FAM? No reply, so a couple of days later I said, still waiting for your explanation on the FAM. You mean that you don't know what is FAM? Snapped Scammer Adam. I understand that you're not serious. Not serious is scammer vernacular, usually indicating that they suspect they're being scambaited, but I said, you're being very rude. If I knew what FAM is, I would not be asking. Have you considered that we might not have FAM where I live? We're still on the old version of the internet here, the one that uses electricity. The scammer replied with a non-apology apology. I'm sorry if my words sound rude to you. Okay, please, what country are you from? I'm from this one, I clarified. I've lived here most of my life. Now please, what was the business with the FAM? What is it, and where would I put it if I had some? You are from which country? Asked the scammer again. This one, I repeated. What sort of question is this? Anyway, this isn't getting us anywhere. When do I receive my FAM? Also, what is it? No reply, so a couple of days later I just wrote just a quick note to mention that the FAM has still not yet arrived, which I suppose is fortunate as I don't know how much space it will take up. Is this the FAM you were talking about? Attaching a picture of a bottle of livestock disinfectant called FAM 30. I'm not sure what you expect me to do with it. Perhaps there's some secret Brotherhood purpose? But this time there was no reply, and I think that's probably all we'll get from this scammer, but I did keep trying. Thanks for watching, stay safe from scams, and I hope to see you again soon.